Here we go.
I think it's just a lot. It's a lot more organized.
It's just
if we have
funny
a countdown.
The one time I decided not to do it, you're like, wait a minute, we need to
It threw everything off. Do you know what would happen if we didn't have a countdown where we had to launch nukes? It would be pure mayhem.
That's what would actually cause all the mayhem.
Exactly.
Imagine Oppenheimer, the movie, without a countdown.
Yeah, they'd be like, when are we going to detonate this shit?
Yeah, somebody wouldn't have their glasses on in time.
Exactly. They'd be blinded.
Exactly. Josh Peck would be all befuddled.
Josh Peck.
Nobody needs a befuddled Josh Peck.
Nah, not here. Not the human target. You know what I'm saying?
Are you guys team Josh Peck or team other dude?
100% team Josh Peck.
Yeah,
the other dude's a pedophile.
Josh Peck's that
pedophile? What?
Drake is dude.
I don't know about that, but I know.
I
know Josh Peck is a good actor.
How do you know he's
Josh
a pedophile?
Peck? Yeah, is
I don't
amazing.
think he's ever been canceled.
Yeah, Drake. Yeah, 100. Oh, Kevin just got mad at that statement. He rushed the camera.
What's his name? Drake.
He's like, "What do you mean?" Yeah, no, you can look it up. It's
Kevin,
crazy.
you're a menace.
Grooming
Drake
Bell.
Drake Bell. Yeah.
Let's see. I didn't know he's a pedophile.
Yeah, that dude. He seemed like a chill dude, and then it's like you see Drake and Josh. You wouldn't think Josh is the guy to go off to have stardom, but that's what happened. Because Drake was the voice of Spider-Man and Spectacular Spider-Man, the animated series.
And then he got fired, didn't he, or something?
I don't know. Nah, that show just ended or got canceled. But yeah, in just real life, he's just a creep, groomer, pedophile, not good guy. Canceled. We don't like him. Josh Peck, 100%.
I like Josh Peck because of that movie he was in with Ben Kingsley, The Wackness.
The Wackness. The Wackness.
Yeah.
The Wackness. I've actually seen The Wackness.
that is a good movie.
Yeah.
It is.
I saw it in theaters too.
Oh, shit. Nice.
Dude, yeah, I love that movie.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
We should do a Wackness episode. I haven't watched that movie in a long time.
I haven't watched it since the time I saw it in theaters, and that was it.
Damn, when did that movie come out? The Wackness.
Like probably like
2000s.
I was gonna say like 07, 08.
Yeah, I'll say 08, 09 will be my guess.
Yeah.
2008,
Hey.
yeah. Oh, Method Man's in that movie?
Oh, yeah.
Bomb K. Jansen, who played Jean Grey.
Yeah, a lot of people
Nice.
were in it. Sir Ben fucking Kingsley.
Sir Ben Kingsley, yeah.
The GOAT.
Yeah. I think if, were he much younger, of course, Sir Ben Kingsley could have played a Lex Luthor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He could do it. That would be great.
Yeah, I think that would be cool.
A different take, but definitely not a worse take than
Kevin
Jesse
Spacey.
Social Network himself.
Who did you like more, Kevin Spacey or Jesse Eisenberg?
Probably
Spacey.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like
Yeah,
Spacey.
probably
more.
Spacey.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a monster, but he was an actor.
Just bringing up all the monsters.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, OJ is no less of a running back. That's a specific line from Sopranos, actually.
Oh yeah, Jake, tell Cody about that Sopranos from how you figured that out. That's insane.
Dude, so Cody, you know my friend Max. You met him.
Yeah,
So he just bought a house. He's just moved in.
yeah.
He set up a jacuzzi outside and his projector outside. And so me and my friends, we have a group chat, and he sent a still of him in the jacuzzi watching Sopranos. And Sopranos was paused or whatever, it was just a photo. And it was just a picture of Christopher and Silvio. And right away I was like, dude, want to see how good I am? I was like, you're watching the episode No Show where while Paulie's in prison, Christopher is acting capo of his crew. And he like exclamation mark, and then later he's like, "Dude, you're like a savant when it comes to Sopranos."
That's so
when Jake
funny.
told me about that, I was like, Jake, you're the Sopranos Rain Man.
Yeah, I really am. Honestly. Sopranos and The Wire, like. I really hate when people try to question me on that shit because it's like I know I'm right, dude.
I hate when people try to say that other shows are as good as those shows. That's what I hate.
They're not. There is no show. That's silly babiness.
Yeah, somebody somebody recently was trying to argue that Breaking Bad was better, and I was like,
Okay.
I can't.
No.
First off, it's
can't.
not.
Sorry.
It's not. Secondly, Breaking Bad does not exist without Sopranos.
No,
Yes.
for sure.
For sure. So
Yeah.
it's like, no. And it's just not. Breaking Bad's a cool show. It's fun, but it lives in like a hyper reality. it's like, oh, we're going to use science and use this big magnet to get all the evidence out of it. It's like, nah, come on. No, you're not.
Yeah, that's a
like,
good
it's
point.
Cool,
it never
but
feels...
it's like, it's almost comic booky.
Yeah.
Like when he's like, this is crystal meth. Exactly.
Yeah.
When he throws the white phosphorus, he's like, this is crystal meth. Psych. And it's like, okay, that's cool. We get it. But it's like, it's not real. I don't know.
Yeah, you can't see Tony doing that in an episode.
So
White Phosphorus Gabagool, just throwing it at someone's face. I think you would say if Tony Soprano had White Phosphorus Gabagool, no one in The Sopranos would stand a chance.
Ooh, that's White Phosphorus Gabagool. The sheer science that went into this, into making White Phosphorus Gabagool.
Italy got its top scientist on
Italy, yes.
Italy. That's like legit crazy. What would you call? I know there's chemical warfare, but what if you like poison food? Is that also chemical warfare? I guess. If you're making White Phosphorus Gabagool, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's insanity.
I think Leonardo da Vinci like had the blueprints for it,
But he wasn't sinister enough to actually create it.
Yeah.
Right.
Dude, but you know who was sinister enough?
Honestly, nobody in the story.
Nobody in this story was really
except
sinister.
for maybe Luthor.
You know what I was thinking about today? And before I have to get this thought out before I forget it, because it made me think about, and we've talked about Martian Manhunter in other iterations and how he always gets nerfed. He's supposed to be this powerful Superman, but he just never is.
Yep.
Dude, I just realized like between this volume and last volume, like they cuck the shit out of Martian Manhunter.
Dude, that's the note I wrote in my phone. I wrote Martian Manhunter gets cucked.
He gets cucked hard.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, you need to put more respect on Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, why does nobody like Martian Manhunter?
Nobody likes him, not even our writers.
You want to know why I think? You want to know why I think it is? Because he's an immigrant.
Ooh, I like that. That's a hot take.
I mean, so is Superman.
Yeah, but come on, he doesn't look like you know. Like a big green guy from Mars.
Yeah.
For any listeners, I was not talking about any other ethnicity, you guys.
But yeah,
it's just so funny that we thought that same thing because it is. It's just the truth.
He's
That's what happened to him.
He's cucked hard in this story.
Yeah, exactly. I was walking around today and I was like smoking a J and I was like, dude, they just cucked the shit out of Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, fire literally is cucking him.
No, literally cucking.
And then in this one, Ice does it to him, just in like a very.
No, dude, he's getting cucked left and right. It's almost like he's the Martian cuck target or something.
That's the name of the episode. The Martian cuck target.
That's the actual name of this volume.
Human Target Volume 2, The Martian Cuck Target.
Well, welcome to Comics and Chronic, everyone. I am one of your hosts, Jake FH. As with me always is Anthony Iannaccio and Cody Cannon. And if you haven't guessed by now, we are talking The Human Target Volume 2, written by Tom King, drawn by Greg Smallwood.
Yeah, Greg Smallwood.
Savage Smallwood.
Old Smallwood himself.
We have a episode. We have a Volume 1 Human Target episode you guys should check out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We recorded it while we were in LA.
And this is Volume 2.
Rarely do we, if we're covering a series, do we do back-to-back episodes so close?
Yeah. What a quick turnaround.
Yeah, which says good things about this series.
I agree. This is, that's a testament to, I like this whole run. I really like, this was like one of the cooler books I've read in a while.
Yeah.
Like all together,
like
all
volume
together 1 and 2 were just like a great, like that's a cool story.
Literally was just going to say that.
Yeah, I'm glad that it's not one of those series that has to go forward. You know what I mean? Like if you would, we'll get to the ending later, but if they would have left it open for continuance, I probably wouldn't give a damn.
Yeah, I have a few things to say before we even get into plot and synopsis. It's like, dude, I will give Tom King a lot. Tom King a lot of credit. It's that he takes chances with his writing, and I can't say I always love it, but he does take chances. And
Yeah,
even
no
this
pun intended.
volume, yeah, exactly right. Even this volume is more exposition, more character driven, less action packed than the first volume.
Yes.
Yeah.
By a lot.
Agreed.
And
not in a bad way. Like
no, not in a bad way, but not in a way
way.
that I love. And
Okay.
this also like goes back to, and it's funny. I was reading like other like reviews of other books, and this other guy wrote the same thing. He's like, sometimes he's just a little too wordy for my liking.
Right. In this book, I didn't have that. I didn't think that at all. Maybe Supergirl, there was some wordiness. Here, I think if it was, and it wasn't always, it was fine. Like it fit. Like
I agree.
It was easier to read through. It just flowed very nicely.
Also, when you have Greg Smallwood's art, you don't have to depend so much on the actual like dialogue and word.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah, Greg Smallwood killed it again.
Yeah, he's a great artist. I want to read everything he draws like seriously from now on.
Yeah. We read Vampironica. That was really good.
I like that a lot.
The way this just looks like a kind of like a 60s, like the art looks like some art you would have for like a Mad Men. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it looks and feels like a Mad Men, like 50 style feel. Very, very like Brady Bunch,
Another show that wouldn't exist without The Sopranos.
Literally, because it was Tim Van Patten's show.
Or Matthew
Perry?
Some dude. I think one of R.I.P. Matthew Weiner, I think is his name. He's one of the directors. He directed a lot of good Sopranos episodes, and he's the showrunner for Mad Men.
Nice. That tracks. There we go. But yeah, no, once again, like all the good things about the first volume still apply to this volume, straight up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yep. No change in quality whatsoever. And I mean that in the best way possible.
All I want to say is I kind of wish that I would get poisoned, have 12 days to live, and spend it banging a baddie and solving a mystery.
Dude got more pussy in 12 days while dying than I have in like months and not dying. Living.
However, in this volume, he spent a lot less time getting laid. In this volume,
dude, he wore himself out. He was
he's fucking ice nonstop.
In the first volume.
No, he also continues to have a ton of sex.
That's true. He does
volume.
have sex in this volume too.
I'm
lot
not
of
saying
it.
he's not. I'm saying, but they're like
they
don't
show it
going
as much.
volume 1 and 2.
I just feel like every time he goes home, he's getting banged.
It's implied. Yeah, we know it's
before
happening.
He leaves the house, he's having sex. Like, everything before he like leaves his respective female that he's with, and he's with multiple females.
No, he's only with Ice. He's loyal to Ice.
Yeah, just with Ice.
A fire tries to seduce him, and he shoots her down.
Yeah, and then she's like, "He's a good guy."
Yeah, it was a test. It was a test. Yeah,
but he does get that dance, and honestly, he's a stronger man than I. Chance. I would have given in, man. I'd have been like 12 days, baby. Let's fucking go.
That's why you're not Christopher Chance, Cody. You don't have that human target will.
Nope,
well, just as a rehash for you listeners, if you're not familiar with the first volume, Christopher Chance has been poisoned. He is a dude who gets hired by wealthy celebrities and whatnot to bring out their killers and whatever.
They're haters.
They're haters. So Christopher Chance has been poisoned, whether by accident or on purpose. We don't know. It'll kill him in 12 days. He's trying to figure out who and why.
Yeah. And this one, constant misdirection.
Ooh, constant.
And I kind of like it.
You want to give a synopsis, Cody?
Oh, yeah, because I just finished today, so it's fresh.
Ooh, nice.
Fresh to death in my mind. So this picks up at the beginning. He's on a date with Fire, trying to find out why she killed him. He ends up throwing himself off a Ferris wheel, knowing she'll catch him. You remember that?
Right. It kind of proves she's a hero to him.
Yeah.
Well, no, she straight up admits. Doesn't she admit she's like, I'm the one who poisoned it, but it wasn't meant for you?
Yes.
Well, there's a lot of steps. Like every character we've met so far is part of it in some way. Not that they're guilty, but there's something. So, like you said, Fire cucked Martian Manhunter in order, I think, to get the money or something, or to give to Booster Gold or something.
Yeah.
I forget the order of it.
To get the money to Booster Gold, to get the poison.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
And Guy was the one that did it.
But that's what Christopher Chance thinks.
Yeah.
Yes.
In that issue, at least, that's what he thinks so far. But we know that's not the case.
Yeah. So anyway, he follows the trail.
Guy Gardner, Green Lantern.
who was killed in volume 1.
Killed, presumably. We all thought he was dead when we finished that. We were like, what? Did Tom King just kill?
I thought he was dead, and I kind of wish he stayed dead, to be honest. But
Yeah, I kind of wish he stayed dead,
I just think it would have
too.
been a stronger story point.
Especially since this is kind of in like an Elseworlds type sitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the Black
But
Label,
even Christopher Chance in the book is a good point. He's like, dude, if I ever killed a real JLA member, my ass would be done. So like,
Yeah. Well, there's that whole chapter where he's going insane because he's like, Batman's gonna get me.
that's a cool issue.
Oh, yeah. Talk about fucking. I feel like this keeps coming up. We talked about it with Apocalypse. We talked about it with in Uncanny X-Force. And then just now, Superman and Supergirl.
Batman's presence is always felt throughout.
Batman's presence, yeah. But he's not actually there in this case. But it's a great Batman comic without Batman ever appearing. Because it even goes back to, Jake, something you pointed out in the Batman with Robert Pattinson. It does a really good job of showing fear. And this was such a good example of like Batman's fear just sending paranoia through Christopher Chance's mind. It was so cool.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, going back to the fucking writing and cutting, like this has a lot of heart. And Christopher Chance is admitting he's scared shit. Like a big part of the story is that he doesn't want to end up how his dad died. So he kind of almost has like a Bruce Wayne like origin where his dad died in front of him. He was shot. But the last thing his dad was doing was begging for his life. And Christopher Chance is like, that's not who I want to be. I don't want to be. That's why he wants to figure out who poisoned him. That's like the whole drive in the story.
But you also find out that the dad wasn't begging for like his own life. He was begging for Christopher's life.
He was begging for more time with Christopher.
Yeah, exactly. There we go.
Yeah.
Was that what it was?
Yeah. Because he realized he wanted to spend more time with Ice. He like really fell in love with her.
Yeah.
Dude, what if because Tom King was CIA, what if like he was in Iraq and he was like executing some Taliban or whatever, and the dude was like begging for more time with his son? That's where he like put it in his book,
Damn.
That's dark.
It's dark and the story.
It's dark
and the story's dark. And you know why it's dark? It's because it's believable.
Yeah, so I see what you're saying. So the story has like a resonating truth in it. You're like, damn, okay. I could buy it.
I don't know why I went there, but
yeah, the story feels real,
even though it's
like
kind of a sad, bittersweet story, to be honest.
Oh, it's very sad, very bittersweet. I mean, that whole ending where Ice tries to get him to shoot her because she poisoned him.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're skipping a bunch.
So we find out it's Ice.
Yeah.
Which was, I think we kind of thought it was her. What did you guys think going into 2 that it could have been her?
Even in the first one, it could.
We did bring it up.
I was like, It wasn't the biggest surprise. The thing about like this book is that like the reveal was not even like the ending. It was more like it became like a real like character piece. This volume,
for sure.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Which I liked.
For sure. Yeah. When you think of comic books, you don't like necessarily always sit and think about like mature human growth and character development.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, dude, a lot of this book is about like Christopher Chance getting closure with his life, the whole thing with his father, with loving Ice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the nature of comics don't even allow for that a lot of the time. You can't really close the loop. This really lets you close the loop, even with characters that are in continuity,
It's also like super noir heavy, so it's right up my alley. Dude, I feel like, honestly, you guys, because you like this, you should really read a lot of the Ed Brubaker shit. This reads heavily.
I mean, we've done some of it. Didn't we do Fatal?
Like, there's so much other. There's Criminal. There's Kill or Be Killed. There's Fade Out.
But he has a lot, yeah.
Sleeper.
I almost got Kill or Be Killed.
What Ed Brubaker book should we do next?
What
do I have? I have Kill or Be Killed. We did Fatal. I have Pulp.
There's a million Pulps. We could do the first one. Pulp is great. There's Sleeper. I mean, that's a whole omnibus. Sleeper's sweet.
I don't know if you read this newer one, Night Fever. How is Night Fever?
Yeah, I got it. I read it. Yeah, it's good. I wouldn't say they're strongest. I mean, dude, I would personally Criminal would be my thing.
Criminal, the song by Fiona Apple.
Exactly. We need to do a whole episode on that. No, but yeah. Anyways, just like this book has a lot of sweet noir, and it's cool.
Yeah. No, it's great. It's great. It's tender. It's heartfelt. It's funny.
With the issue with Gnort, yeah, that was really funny.
Nort, or
I don't know if
AKA
that's how you say his
Cody.
name, Nort.
Oh,
yeah,
I thought it was
Cody.
Nort, but just spelled with the G.
Nort. Yeah, it's that makes more sense. The G's probably silent.
But Cody is definitely Nort.
Yep, 100%.
I knew it.
Easy
As soon
catch.
as you said it, I said, "God damn these!"
You might as well,
motherfuckers."
but it really is also what Cody would be like as a Green Lantern.
Why should I fill out paperwork? I don't want to fill out paperwork.
I
already got in trouble before. It was okay.
Yeah, like the most powerful weapon in the universe in the hands of Cody Cannon.
Yeah. Okay, so that's me. Who are we giving you guys?
But Nort was also John Candy. We were saying that, right? He's John Candy as Barf in Spaceballs.
Oh, it's definitely also Barf from Spaceballs. Yeah,
Yeah.
heavily.
So Cody, I take that more as like you have John Candy vibes, which
Yeah, exactly.
have John Candy vibes.
I've also had a woman I dated recently told me that I have dumb dog energy.
That tracks.
Like I just am really excitable and
Dog energy. Dumb dog energy.
Who would we be? I don't know who I would be, but I would cast Jake as Guy Gardner any day.
Yeah, Jake is Guy.
I thought I was Guy Gardner in the first one too.
Yeah.
I guess I am Guy Gardner.
Yeah. Of the three of us, you're definitely the most Guy Gardner.
Yeah, Anthony, you're Martian Manhunter.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess I have to be. Blue Beetle wasn't in this one.
Blue Beetle,
no.
yeah. You would be Blue Beetle if he was in this, but
I was going to say Luigi.
Oh, Luigi.
oh, that's true. You do have Luigi vibes
Yeah.
also. No
Guess
one's
I'm
Christopher
Italian,
Chance
got it.
though. No one's
None
Yeah,
of
no
us
one-
are. None of us are
definitely.
that smooth. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no way. No way.
Well, I don't know. Speak for yourself. I think I could be pretty smooth.
Hey, that's why you're Guy Gardner.
That was very Guy Gardner.
Hell yeah. I also liked how in story Guy Gardner. So when you think he was shattered, he actually teleported himself 20 minutes away to a bar. Like even Christopher Chance is like, that was where he could have won anywhere in the universe. He went 20 minutes away to a bar or 10 minutes away.
Yeah.
Like he's just in a pool hall, just drinking beer and like shooting pool. That was his big plan.
Yeah, I will say that issue was cool, but also a little confusing to read because I'm not sure I understood that. Like, how did he do it again exactly?
He bent light to make it look like ice. Like he
Yeah.
was turned into ice.
Okay.
But in reality, he had teleported himself 20 minutes away.
Damn, that's crazy that the Green Lantern ring can even do all that.
Yeah, dude, it's
Yep.
and I got one.
Oh yeah, both of you are Green Lanterns.
Oh.
Also, dude, fine. That's fine with me, dude.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, now that I think about it, I have to imagine Guy Gardner is a way better Green Lantern than Nort.
Hey,
Yeah.
I don't think so, pal.
Yeah, I think so. Let's fucking duel it out then with our lantern
Let's
rings.
do it.
But think about this. Like, you would win in a fight, right? But Cody has the power just by his Nortness. Like, in the comic, he's able to go into the Hall of Records or whatever that you're not allowed to go in. And he just could go in drunk and it's fine. Like, he gets away with it. And then they just punch out the Guardian.
Yeah, he kicks the Guardian.
Dude, yeah, that shit's hilarious.
Yeah, that was cool.
So even being the worst Green Lantern has its advantages, you know?
Then there's the Russian.
Oh,
Yeah, what was his
Rocket
name?
Red.
Rocket Red, yeah.
Yeah,
I never
Yeah.
heard of that guy before.
me either. I went over a friend's house once, and I think this is in South Park too, or maybe that's where they got it from. Where they
Red
like
Rocket?
Red Rocket with a dog? Like, is that why? Like, it's so weird that's immediately what I thought of.
Yeah.
I would have made that joke in the comic.
Yeah. Red Rockets are nasty.
I do.
As if it needed to be said.
I grew up with Dobermans, and so like whenever my dog would get an erection, it was like a giant red rocket. And it was disgusting.
Do you guys
Dark secret.
my dog had boners.
No one wants to see that.
I never said I want to see it. He just had him walking around.
Damn, all this dog boner talk that threw me off of what I was trying to say.
Oh, Cody.
Did it activate your dumb dog?
I know,
energy?
seriously. That's what it is. Cody's like, Red Rocket boner is pussy.
So maybe Cody is Christopher Chance more than all of us.
I think we all have a little Christopher Chance in us.
Yeah, the only way I'm not like him is that I can't be killed.
I forgot one of you said it before, but like the fact that this is like a more mature story, it's cool because it's part of DC Black Label.
Yeah.
That only started not that long ago, and they've been putting out banger after banger. Black Label is good.
Black Label puts out a lot of good shit.
What other stuff have they been? Tell me. Fill me in.
There's a lot.
I mean,
Really?
Batman White Knight, which I really
Batman
like.
White Knight is Black Label, yep.
There is a lot. Fuck. But now I'm blanking, of course.
Catwoman, Lonely City, that's a Black Label book.
That was awesome.
Wonder Woman, Dead Earth, that's a fucking great Black Label
I
book.
haven't read that. You were telling me about that.
Yeah, there's a Swamp Thing by Jeff Lemire, great Black Label book.
Whoa, that sounds good.
I know. There's just a lot. Marvel needs it because it's like standalone comics, standalone graphic novels. You don't need any other story to go with this. Human Target takes a lot from Justice League International, but it's still like
Its own story.
yeah, exactly. Like I didn't know Fire and Ice and Nort and Rocket Red.
I didn't know half these people until I read this fucking book.
Yeah. That's part of the cool thing about comics too. You learn about new characters, and good comics make you like, oh, now I know Nort. I'll always remember Nort.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
I really like his Greg Smallwood's old style art. It does feel like I'm reading, it almost feels like I'm reading the comic like from when it was printed in 1950. You know what I mean? Like because of his art style and the captures
It takes you
there.
there.
Yeah, it really does take you
Yeah.
there. I agree with that 100%. His art takes you to like this 50s pastel colored like it's cool.
Yeah. It's rad.
Yeah, I like that universe a lot. I would live there.
In LA, because it's definitely big LA vibes.
It's definitely big
Yeah.
LA vibes for sure.
Yeah, the art is just so good. Anything Greg Smallwood does, I'm there.
What other than Vampironica and this, like what else does he do? I want to get some more of his shit.
I'm telling you, you guys were burned by Disney, but Moon Knight by Jeff Lemire and Greg Smallwood is fucking
he does the
great.
art for
I'm telling
Moon
you.
Knight, huh?
Yeah.
You didn't say that before.
I did. You guys were just like, boo, Moon Knight. All you heard was Moon Knight and your brain shut down.
Yeah. I don't know if you'll ever get me to read a Moon Knight comic.
I don't know. Now that you say
That's the one. That's the one. I'm telling you.
Cool. I might do that.
There's no way you won't like it. It's so cool because Jeff Lemire's story is taking all three aspects of him, and one of them is very Bruce Wayne-like. One of them is like it's almost like he's writing Batman in the Marvel universe. It's really cool. And then one of them is he's super brutal, and then one of him is the cabbie. But like this was like the first time I really read Moon Knight, and they explained those characters really well. And you're like, okay, now I know Moon Knight. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. Certain comics, like I've not read a lot of Moon Knight, but I've read that run, and I really fucking like it.
All right, you've sold me more this time around than you ever have before.
Yeah, I'm getting better at that.
I'm not quite there yet.
Cody, you bitch.
Jeff Lemire, dude. Jeff Lemire and Greg Smallwood.
Yeah, it literally combines two things you like. Greg Smallwood. I didn't know that before. I'm sure you said it, but maybe I didn't see Greg Smallwood's
it's a
work.
killer team. Yeah, it's you can't go wrong with a team like that,
Intriguing enough
dude.
For me to pick it up, Cody.
Your dog energy is really growing this episode. You're growling at us.
His eyes all like popping out.
He's gritting his teeth.
You're crazy.
I just don't like Moon Knight. And
Cody's excreting untold levels of top dog pheromones.
I was like, why did you top dog pheromones? That's hilarious.
Oh man, my face is hurting a little bit.
That's a We Three reference, not that douchebag you were talking about.
Well, I don't want to be referred to as top dog as much as I want to be referred to somebody who has the top dog pheromone. You know what I mean?
I thought you were going to make a joke about getting top from a dog.
Yeah, me too. I thought there was a bottom top joke coming in there.
No. I'm the dog giving top. Let me tell you.
No way. I'm the dog giving top. Stupid.
What if Tom King and Greg Smallwood decided to listen to this episode and they're like, now halfway through, they're like, what? What is happening?
I'm not topping dogs. What?
I mean, your comic inspired that somehow. How would we get here if it wasn't for the human target?
How did we get here?
Nobody's supposed to be here.
Nobody's supposed to. Dude, nice. I'm surprised you knew that lyric.
What? They play that on the radio like every day on like the New York radio stations. Like when that song came out.
I'm still surprised.
If Tom King actually does listen to this episode, that means very early on he's going to be like, "What if Tom Jake's going to hit? He's going to hear it."
My theory about him killing a fucking.
Oh yeah,
killing a father in the Middle East.
Yeah. So he unsubscribed like 20 minutes ago.
I get like an email from like an unknown address, and it's like, "Keep my name out of your mouth." It's like, "Oh fuck."
That's the Tommy K special right there.
The Tommy K special. Yeah, I don't even know if we got into much of the synopsis.
No, we talked about it because it's just kind of the mystery unraveling. Like we know what he's done. We know he figured out. Like we said at the beginning, Fire got money from Martian Manhunter or from Booster Gold and used that to get the special poison with Martian Manhunter or something like that, and that's how the poison got to Lex Luthor. But Ice is the one that put it there.
Yeah.
They needed Martian Manhunter's cuck abilities.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The only way to get poison is by cucking Martian Manhunter.
You should do our own power card for Martian Manhunter and like his cuck. He could have like high cuck points.
His cuck abilities are off the charts.
Dude, y'all need to stop. I'm sorry, but DC does need to stop cucking my boy. John Johns, the Martian.
Justice for Martian Manhunter.
Free Martian Manhunter.
I mean, is it like Martian Manhunter is like silly sometimes? Like they do this shit where he like likes eating Oreos, and like if he eats too many Oreos, he becomes this giant Martian Manhunter that's like Godzilla level.
Whoa, really?
That happens. Like it's some weird shit.
It's funny you say that because in Sandman, the comic, after they go to him, John Johns turns to what other JL member is there with him. And he's like, "Come with me. I'll even share some of my Oreos with you." Yeah.
Oh, they're at Sandman's funeral or at his wake.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, because you even see like Darkseid there or something. It's like everyone in their dreams want to that's when he dies at the end.
Yeah.
Which is like a whole volume. His like whole funeral is a entire volume.
It's the final volume.
Yeah, the wake.
It's the final volume. Doo-doo-doo.
But what I was going to say, I grew up with the Justice League animated series, and that made Martian Manhunter such a badass. He was like the dude.
Facts. I agree.
Yeah. He needs.
He's also like in some comics, he is actually like powerful as fuck. Dude,
Yeah.
in Injustice, he's cool to play as. Like, I don't know.
He's just a great character. I've always liked him. Like we said, he's like Superman with telepathic abilities, and he could be he's like the
Can
Vision.
shapeshift, can go invisible. He has like the Vision. He can like change his density.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's crazy. He's crazy powerful.
He's like Mystique.
Yeah. One of the only ones that realistically could hold his own against Superman.
Facts.
And
seriously.
in this one, he's getting cucked by fire and ice.
Yeah.
That being said, I might get cucked by fire and ice given the opportunity.
If anyone could cuck me, it would be those two.
Yeah, 'cause they're a couple of baddies.
Yeah, so we can't blame Martian Manhunter. Even his off the chart powers are no match for them.
Exactly.
Dude, I love when fire lights her own cigarette with her powers.
That was cool. I took a picture of that
Who'd
panel.
you guys like better, fire or ice?
Definitely. I mean, ice is
Ice,
more
yeah.
of a main character.
Yeah.
Fire is just a pawn in the scheme.
A Ponzi scheme, if you will.
Well, it's kind of her idea.
Yeah, it's her fault because she's like, Ice, you need to do it in a way that they'll never suspect it was you.
Well, wait, time out. The listeners need to know that it was also done, in fact, to get revenge on Lex Luthor.
Yeah, because
for having killed Ice.
Yeah, because the Overmaster controlled Ice, made her do horrible things, and then killed her.
Yes.
Yep, the Overmaster.
The Overmaster.
It's such a funny villain name. It's like, what are we going to call this giant space dude? The Overmaster. The Overmaster. The Overmaster cannot take Betty Yayo. That's all I'm saying.
Nah, definitely not. Overmaster's a bitch.
Yeah. Which means Ice is a bitch.
Well, wait, time out. So, anyways, like we said, he solves this mystery, figures out who did what. And now the last few issues are more about him like coming to terms with like once again like his dad, his life. He dies, so Christopher Chance doesn't even get to live. He straight up dies.
Yep.
Breaks Ice's little heart. She's crying. She misses him.
She has him cremated and put into a bottle of his favorite whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. That's a pimp shit.
Yeah. Also, I do want to say how much this book made me miss drinking and driving.
Dude, I mean, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Also, once again, like the Madman effect, this also made me. I was like, I want a kind of glass of scotch right now, a glass of whiskey. You know what I mean? Like,
we should have done that for this episode.
We should have, yeah.
I don't have any whiskey.
It does make it look like like the cool thing it is. And then going in a nice convertible down the PCH to bang someone on the beach on an iceberg in the middle of the Pacific.
Yeah.
That's what life's about.
Yeah.
Christopher Chance lived, goddammit.
Yeah, dude. And it only took him dying.
Oh, yeah. I mean, hey, sometimes you gotta die in order to live. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Amen, brother.
So, for casting,
Live action?
yeah.
I don't even know who we did the first time around.
I don't either.
I remember Ice, we decided was Anna de Armas. Remember we said that?
That's kind of, yeah.
Because I had just watched Blade Runner and I was like, that's who it has to be.
Okay, we can stick with that. She's hot.
Fire. Did we say Fire last time? I don't think so.
Well, she wasn't really featured last time.
Yeah.
No, that was the issue where she cucked Martian Manhunter.
Oh,
That was in volume 1.
Yeah.
Who's the Russian dude?
Red Rocket. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, but who do we cast in?
Oh. Well.
The dude from Armageddon. What's his name? And he was in Constantine. What's that dude's name?
Oh, yeah. I know you're talking
He's playing him.
He's too old now.
Yeah, he's definitely too old. Who would be Christopher Chance?
Oh, didn't you say there was a Human Target TV show on Fox?
Yeah, there is a Human Target TV show. I think it's just called like The Target or something. Or I was telling my boy about the comic, and he's like, "Oh, dude, I watched the TV show." And I was like, "What? What TV show?" And he's like, "The Human Target."
Oh, it's actually called Human Target.
Oh,
yeah.
is it? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, but it's apparently not set like in the DC universe, or like there's no reference to any other like superheroes like there is in this book.
And it's probably not good.
And there's actually 2. There was one made in 1992 as well. That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I like this Human Target. Dude, should we talk about, I feel like, this pivotal ending of the book?
Oh, you don't want to cast it?
Oh, yeah.
Cody as Gnort.
Yeah, Cody as Gnort.
You're just getting your feature film debut.
And then for Christopher Chance, we want somebody tall, somebody handsome, somebody aging.
Oh, John Hamm? No, you don't think that's?
Is that what we said?
John Hamm
I'm
back in
saying,
the day for sure. He's older now.
Who did we say in the first episode?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either, to be honest.
Dude,
Now
this
it's
is
out
the
the
problem.
window.
This is why you don't smoke pot, kids.
Yeah, I feel like we never are good at smoking and casting.
No. Okay, let's move past casting and talk about the ending.
I think the ending is like what's almost one of the most intriguing things about this book. A lot of questions.
Before we even get to that, I just want to say I do love that the way she spreads his ashes is by smashing the bottle over Guy Gardner's head.
Yeah.
Ooh, you know what? I didn't even catch that. That's awesome. That's fucking awesome. It's like his last hurrah is literally his ashes again. Oh,
like Christopher Chance would have wanted that too.
Yeah, for sure.
He fucking hated Guy Gardner.
For sure.
Guy Gardner was a prick in this.
I also like at the end how Luigi's like, she says something to Italian and Luigi, and he goes, I wish I would have learned Italian. It would have made it more accurate or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was a cool, like, oh shit, who's this dude been the whole time? You know? Like,
Yeah.
some weird espionage shit going on here. That's what I liked about it too. It also had a James Bond feel to it. He was like this sexy, swarthy man in a suit.
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't mind Daniel Craig, maybe younger Daniel Craig as Christopher Chance.
I think we're all missing the very obvious casting as Christopher Chance, Chris Pratt, you guys.
Oh,
we all know
yeah.
that's who
Sorry.
perfect Christopher Chance.
Yeah. Without question.
And he would also be the best Fire and Luigi.
Yeah. And Gnort, the voice of Gnort.
Of course.
Yeah.
Featuring the voice of Chris Pratt as Gnort.
Yeah. Fucking Gnort.
So, but at the end, the very end,
literally the last scene, the last page.
Ice poisons Lex Luthor.
Lex Luthor. And heavily implying that. What I also liked about it, because it's like, cool, this is the end of the story. And it's also like, you know, in this, obviously this is like its own offshoot thing, but like Lex Luthor presumably dies, gets poisoned.
Yeah.
And he's like talking all like, you know, swarthily too. Smart, I don't know what the word is. Like being all, you know, stuck up when she's in his office.
Yeah. And, well, yeah, because she's like, he thinks she's there conducting an investigation on why he was killed.
Yeah.
And Lex is being his normal shit talking self.
Yeah.
And she gets her closure.
She does.
Which is also something Chance would have wanted.
Yeah, that's what I liked about the book. I was like, oh, and it also feels like this is done. Like this story is done. Like there's not going to be a Human Target Volume 3, which personally, like, I'm very down for.
Mm-hmm.
Like let it end here.
Yeah, I think that it's best because of this.
Yes.
I agree, but also you could easily do, like, before this, Christopher Chance has other adventures. It doesn't have to be his last one, you know?
Oh, for sure. I would be down for prequel stuff.
That's what I
Yeah.
I mean, like, let it, like...
Keep him dead.
Yeah, keep him dead. Don't bring him back.
For sure. I think there actually is a one-shot that might be a prequel that Tom King did. I haven't read it, but it's not collected in any of the books, unfortunately.
Nice. No, yeah, prequels would be cool, especially because throughout these, you know, all these volumes...
You see
he
little
obviously
tastes.
he obviously knows the JSA members from before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's had encounters with them. He's had adventures with certain characters. That would be cool to see.
Yeah, it could take even further in the past.
He's almost like JLA, JSA adjacent.
Yeah, there's a lot. Maybe he's met Batman before, you know?
I feel like he has
easily-
met the big boys too.
You know?
Like the main squad.
Yeah, so there's so much more story you could do. Anything with him and Superman, you know? Like, Superman wasn't featured here, but I'd like to hear Christopher Chance, what he thinks about Superman, you know? Constantine and Christopher Chance would be cool.
That would be a cool comic. I would read that. How did you guys like the ending? Some people found it divisive from what I've read online.
Oh, really? Who found it
Yeah, I
divisive?
thought the ending was fine.
Oh, I don't know. Random reviewers.
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was stellar. I thought it ended perfectly. I wouldn't have wanted him to solve the mystery. Like, I wouldn't have wanted him to, like, find a cure, or I don't think he really wanted to find a cure. You know what I mean?
That's true. He wasted a lot of time drinking and banging. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he could have gotten Batman if Batman found the cure. Batman could have found a cure, potentially.
He kept saying, don't tell Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, he obviously, like, in a way, he knew Batman would solve that shit and find a cure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also, he thought Batman was following him, and he probably wasn't.
Well, doesn't that issue end where, like, he might have been following him?
I don't know. I think he's just paranoid. I could
think
pull it
it's-
up right now.
I think it's both. I feel like it's ambiguous. Like, was that dude Bruce Wayne? Maybe.
Well, no, because he said that Bruce Wayne not following him means that they didn't really kill Guy.
Yeah, he's like, he already knew.
Yeah.
And they are in, like, the middle of the desert, and they would be able to see, but... Yeah, that's...
Talking about
Yeah, so
Bruce
I don't know.
Wayne
Like,
here, dude. He's mastered every craft.
But Cody's saying, you know, maybe he didn't want to get cured. That makes sense. But it also makes sense that maybe he has Batman all wrong, and Batman maybe couldn't have cured him even if he wanted him to. Like, he built him up in his mind, you know?
Maybe Batman doesn't even want to cure him. Let him die.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, he does make a point. He's like, he would have to help me. If we were stuck in the desert or something, he wouldn't have let us die or something like that.
Yeah. I don't know.
But no, it's interesting to think about. Like, I love stories like that. Batman's not there, but again, it's a really cool Batman story.
That was a very like pretty trippy, heady issue when they're like in the desert.
Like Tony Soprano doing shrooms.
It also makes me wonder if when Tom King was over in Iraq, was he at one point like traveling through the desert in fear of getting killed by, you know? Yeah, exactly. Batman.
Do you
Taliban. Dude, Taliban Man is legit. I'm gonna get Joey to draw that.
Sounds like he has to be in your universe.
Taliban Man is he's very powerful. I don't know. Dude.
Oh,
I will say this, to be honest. I did like this book a lot. I don't know if I liked it more than Volume 1.
Yeah, I think I like Volume 1 a little bit more.
Yeah.
Oh, I like Volume 1 more just because, like, there are some things about this book. Volume 1 was just kind of like way more gripping, maybe. This one was good by it totally was a great, the best way they could have wrapped the story up, I think. But like the booster episode issue in Volume 1 and the issue when he's first getting introduced to Ice and they end up banging for the first time. All the issue, you know, his constant conflicts with Guy. Like there was just the stakes felt a little higher in the first one.
I agree.
Yeah. And I think it's fair to say that you're obviously not reading Volume 2 before Volume 1, and you have to read Volume 1 to read this. It's not that kind of comic. Like you have to. Yeah. It's just broken up into 2 volumes. It's really just one story
for sure.
And I'm saying that also because we're gonna give it the Joe Pesci. And I have to rate the story as like a whole. So like you wouldn't just pick up Volume 2. You get what I'm saying?
I'm gonna give
I'm gonna do
a rating for both.
I'm gonna rate for both, honestly.
Okay, that's fair.
Should we do it now?
I think I'm ready. Is what I'm saying.
All right.
Whole story. I'm giving a 6. No question.
Agreed. Whole story gets a 6, hands down.
Yeah, whole story gets a 6.
Volume 2. I'm giving like 5.7, 5.8, something like that.
I'll do like a 5.5 for Volume 2.
I like 5.8. Yeah. 5.8 out of 6 Joe Pesci's.
I will say I liked Supergirl more than Volume 2.
Ooh. Yeah.
But not more than Volume 1 and not more than the whole story.
Yeah, I would agree with all that. But I also heard us.
Hey! I love the guitars, man.
Those are the devil's guitars.
It's just a really open for use guitar riffs.
I mean, the devil is cheap. Let's not.
He's not.
He's a cheap fuck.
Hey, it's public domain, so it's free to use to anybody, okay?
But it's not free to summon you. It comes at a dear cost to our friend Anthony.
Don't worry. When I possess his body, he's in a better place. Hell.
Oh, shit.
Anthony's in hell.
Whenever you take over Anthony's body, do you guys like swap places? Like he's in hell.
Freaky Friday style.
It's a Freaky Friday situation every time, and he becomes the king of hell for a little while. I have no idea what he's doing over there. People seem to like him though, so.
I feel like Anthony indulges his most sick fantasies while he's in hell.
You're telling me.
All right, Sarah, thanks for stopping by.
Anytime, Jake.
What's up, guys?
Anthony, we just learned something about you.
Yeah, we didn't know that you've been taking little vacays in hell.
Whenever your body gets possessed, you go to hell?
Is that where that is?
Where did you think you were?
Guys.
Yeah,
I don't know.
what
I
is
would
it?
call it the other place. It felt like heaven.
The other place. Oh, whoa. This is tripping me out.
It felt like a good time to me. I don't know. Daredevil 2003 was playing every
Oh, no,
day.
that's definitely hell. That's definitely hell. That's all right. That's all you have to say. Oh, I'm sorry you had to be there. That is truly a fate worse than life.
A fate worse than life.
All right. Well, guys, definitely check out Human Target. It's fucking,
Yeah,
it's a
Yeah,
banger.
It's awesome. It really is fucking cool. I'm glad I own it. It's a very sexy comic to own, you know?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna masturbate. No, I'm just kidding. It ain't the glue that's got these pages stuck together.
That should be on the back of like the deluxe edition, like that quote. Comics and Chronic.
You know how like comic books always have quotes from like IGN or Patton
Yeah.
Oswalt?
Or, like,
it'll be
yeah.
it'll be that from Cody Campbell.
It's not glue that has these pages stuck together.
That is a ringing endorsement of a comic book if ever I've heard one.
We'll just take a picture of this and I'll try to make it look really realistic that it says that.
Oh, well. Thanks for listening, guys.
Check out our Patreon.
Check out our
Rate us on
Patreon.
Spotify and Apple. Listen, we always know more people should be rating us. The numbers don't match up. You got to rate us.
Call the hotline.
Oh, yeah. Call the hotline, 929-483-6889. 929-483-6889. Call now.
Nice. That was awesome.
Tell your friends about us. Be like, hey, friend, I know you don't like comic books or pot, but you're going to love this.
And then play that clip Cody said of the pages being stuck together.
Call your ex and tell them about us.
Yeah.
Say
like-
hey, babe, I
be
was
like-
thinking about you. Just
If you ever just be like, it'll bring you guys back together if you do
exactly.
that. Just be like, hey, call her and be like, listen, babe, this podcast made me realize I fucked up. And I think if we listen to it together, everything will be just fine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Play any episode.
Any episode.
It will work the magic that we've
It's a
put
natural
into each episode.
aphrodisiac.
Yeah.
Cody's
Yeah.
laughter.
Yeah.
Cody's laughter.
She'll have her top off in no time.
End of episode.
End of episode.
Hi, you're listening to Comics and Chronic, and I'm Jake FH.
I'm Cody Cannon.
And I'm Anthony Iannaccio.
And you can tune in every Thursday to hear new episodes of Comics and Chronic.
And make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Comics N Chronic. That's comics, the letter N, Chronic.
We'll see you guys next week.
Woo.
Peace.